Police and Crime Commissioner for Hampshire, Donna Jones, joins me now. Donna knows a bit, of course, about policing. Donna, this must be potentially one of the biggest policing operations ever seen in this country.
Yeah, I mean, good evening, Nigel, and thanks for having me on to talk about, what is a significant event that's going to be happening in the history of Britain, but particularly, as you say, for policing and for security services. So wherever you have large crowds of people, of course, you increase the threat from terrorist attacks. So we've got Met Police, we've got counter-terrorism policing. There's a whole lot of stuff going on across Britain now to get prepared. And for those people that can think back to that terrible time when Princess Diana died and her body was driven from Northolt into London, and you'll remember the people lining the streets of motorways, throwing flowers onto the hearse, the hearse having to stop and taking the flowers off because the driver couldn't see out of the windscreen. Those are significant public events, and with the Queen's travelling in her coffin 6 hours from Scotland down through England, you can imagine that is quite a sizable event. And yes, it's going to take hundreds and hundreds of police officers to keep the roads safe and to keep people safe that want to come and pay their respects.
Alone the building of barriers and the building of stands and all the different things that need to be done. How will the Met Police do this? Will they draw in forces, say, from your people in Hampshire?
Yes, there will be mutual aid going in across the country, and where there are royal residences such as Sandringham and obviously Windsor and my own force in Hampshire, we're buddied with Thames Valley Police, and of course there's a lot of close protection and also specialist police that support the royal family there in Thames Valley Police because of Windsor Castle. So yes, we will be. I think police forces across the country will be having to step up and help the Metropolitan Police Service. It is going to be, we're going to see numbers visiting the capital in unprecedented numbers. The Queen laying in state for 5 days, as we know, at the Palace of Westminster in the Great Hall there. People will be able to go and pay their respects to her as she lays in her coffin, laying in state 23 hours out of 24 for 5 days. That is a significant thing to police. And, she's an incredible woman. For most of us, she's all we've ever known as our monarch, one of the longest serving monarchs in the world. And actually, when we come to talk about leaders and world leaders, she really is up there. There are very few steps that she's ever put out of place. She was a true professional, and she gave her whole life to this country. And I think the next 2 weeks are going to be quite profound for all of us.
Well, Donna, that's a lovely tribute. And let me ask you, do you feel optimistic for the reign of King Charles III?
Yeah, well, he definitely has more opinions than his mum had, and he's definitely had the luxury of being more outspoken than his mother did, having not become monarch until he's in his mid-70s and, having been Prince of Wales for a number of years. I am optimistic. I'm optimistic that he's got a good, tight team around him with Kate and William. They're a formidable team. They're a class act, I think, and they do us well, us Brits, in terms of on the UK stage and internationally. Sophie and Edward, thank God he's got, his younger brother Edward, who's really helped him out, and his sister Anne. I've met Princess Anne, the Princess Royal, on a number of occasions, having previously been the leader of the City Council in Portsmouth and being home to the Royal Navy. So, I've got to know the Royals a bit over my time as leader of the City Council before I was Police Commissioner. And the image on your screen now, that's me curtsying, welcoming the Queen to Portsmouth back in December 2017 when she came to Hampshire for the commissioning of the HMS Queen Elizabeth, the first of those brand new carriers of those great big warships. And it was a fantastic day that she was here. It did rain, but apparently that's good luck. But yeah, so she's been down several times. She came down for D-Day 75. But I am optimistic for his reign because he's got a good team around him. I think he's long enough to think about what kind of monarch he wants to be, what kind of legacy he wants to leave. And, we need something positive in this country to look forward to, don't we? We've got a recession, 3-4 weeks away now officially. We've got a change in government. We need some stability now, and I hope that Charles is going to bring that.